I want to talk about something that I find fascinating, and I worry that my hot tub curmudgeon audience does not find it all that fascinating, which worries me because, all right, I don't want, God knows I don't want to lose my followers, so I got like 7 or 8 of them. They're probably all relatives of mine. Nobody will identify. Nobody's willing to say, oh, yeah, I listened to that old fart in the hot tub. Okay, so what I'm interested in is culture. Now, I want to hear from you if you have a strong argument that culture is something other than that set of norms that tells us who we are and are not, tells us what we can do and cannot do, who we can be and who we cannot be. So an example of a strong culture, a cultured people, are the French. And just I was just listening this morning that the Impressionists, Pissarro and Degas and Manet and Monet, these guys used to sit around and piss and moan because their stuff was never going to be displayed in the salon. And the reason it was not going to be displayed in the salon is that France had a bureaucracy, a bureaucrat in charge of painting. So in terms of telling a Frenchman who he was and who he wasn't, if you were not approved by this bureaucracy of painting, well, then you weren't a painter. And so that's culture. That is culture. And you see guys like this goddamn Impressionists, they've just ruined France's culture. I think they opened up their own exhibit and went around the salon and just ruined everything. Well, so if you'll buy what I just described about culture, would you buy that America is an anti-culture? We, in every possible manner that we can find, we keep tearing down who we are and who we're not, what you're allowed to be and what you're not allowed to be. We tear all that down. Gay marriage, woohoo! We can't even agree on an official language. And in fact, we, get our undies in a wad if somebody suggests that there ought to be an official language. So just about anything of any importance has about 15 different languages printed on the document. So we do everything we can to tear down norms. Okay, so now this is Nathan's understanding so far. Now I'm going to introduce something that's not from me. This is from a guy named James Fowler in a book called Stages of Faith. And he suggests that how you believe what you believe goes through developmental stages. And it doesn't matter if you're Methodist, Mormon, Muslim, or atheist, you go through these developmental stages. An atheist may have faith in science, or their family history, or their nation. And so how they hold that faith goes through the same developmental stages as Methodists, Mormons, and Muslims. Okay, so in stage 3, a person yearns for a sense of identity given by a group. So they're very loyal in stage 3 to their group. And they let the group leaders tell them who they are and are not, and what they can do and what they cannot do. And they hold those things very dear. Now, anywhere between about age 18, maybe age 30 for some people, but some people stay in stage 3 their whole lives. But some people graduate to what he calls stage 4. Now, in stage 4, people become very suspicious of group identity. They don't want to be defined by their group, and they get suspicious about their former beliefs that they knew who you were because of your group. They get suspicious of that. And I think he calls it individuative introspective. All right. So what we have then in America is these conflicting drives. So the one is the American anti-culture. We don't tell each other who we are and are not, and what we can do and what we cannot do. We don't do that. But all of us, according to Fowler, at some point want that. We want a group to tell us who we are and are not, and what we can do and what we cannot do. Now, right off the bat, it ought to occur to you, wouldn't it be nice if there was some conscious effort to help people express that group identity, like Boy Scouts or the Marine Corps or drum and bugle marching band, something like, group identity that's, contributes to society rather than swastikas and seagulls and burning crosses. We don't want that. Okay, so first thing that occurs to us is, how do we feed people this, what Fowler says is a natural need for group identity inside a culture that does everything it can to destroy cultural norms? All right. Now, the second thing that would occur to a younger person with a fresher mind than mine is that, so inside American culture, we do have strong cultures. Now, first off, I'll say that the Mormons are a semi-strong. They have special clothing that they wear, and they have rigid food laws, and they really emphasize meeting attendance and temple attendance. So I was a Mormon for about 20 years, and when I left it, I have to say that it was very jarring to my understanding of the world to leave this semi-strong culture, which I'll call an alternate reality, to join your real reality. And so the Seventh-day Adventists are the same. Evangelicals. Evangelicals are a semi-strong. Unless, I guess, you live in Kentucky and you handle snakes and you marry your cousin. Now, a strong culture inside the U.S. are Orthodox Jews. I think they're called Hasidim, the Hasidic Jews. And the Amish. So those strong culture inside this anti-culture has to push us away, and we don't like that very much. We just barely tolerate them. So, I need a younger mind to keep all this crap in my head. We got, well, there you have it. Cultural norms, anti-culture, and the individual's need at some point in their life to feel part of a strong cultural identity, which too often are the Nazis or the Confederates, etc. God, I would love to hear from you.